Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make back bacon. And back bacon, unlike the regular bacon you buy in the store that's made from a side belly cut, back bacon is made using pork shoulder. So I have a 4-pound pork shoulder. You need to take the blade bone out of the pork shoulder. When I bought mine at the butcher shop, I asked the butcher to take it out for me, which he did. And you either need it in a sock, a net sock like this, or you need to truss tie it. But this is a 4-pound roast, and we're going to cure it. So we need to mix up some cure. I'm going to set our pork shoulder aside. We have a bowl, and we're going to use 45.36 grams of kosher salt. Put that in the bowl. Then we're going to use 4.54 grams of pink cure, which is a curing salt. So we'll put that in. And then we need 18.16 grams of white sugar. That can go in the bowl. And lastly, for seasonings, we're going to use a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, and about 3/4 of a tablespoon of black pepper. So I have those here. We'll put that in, and we need to mix it good. So now what we want to do is get our pork shoulder in a big bowl, and we're going to coat it with the seasonings and the cure. And you want to coat it all over. Flip it around. This has got a nice fat cap on it, so it's going to be extra good. Sprinkle it on. Make sure you get the ends. The seasoning smells good. Get it coated good. This is the first step in the process of making this bacon. The most critical, because we're going to cure it. So there's all our seasoning. Rub it in good. That's what it looks like after you get it rubbed in. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. It's a favorite of mine, and it's easy enough to make. Now what we want to do with our pork shoulder is bag it. And I'm hoping I can get it in this bag. We're going to get the remainder of the cure and seasoning in the bag. It's going to go in the fridge for 2 weeks. Every day, once a day. Maybe do it when you have your coffee in the morning, is you want to take it out and you want to massage it. You want to reach in there, turn it over, make sure it's getting coated good, and then back in the fridge. So it's critical. You need to do that once a day, every day for 2 weeks to make sure every bit of the pork shoulder is being coated with the cure and the seasoning and absorbing it. So that's it for now. And once we have our pork shoulder cured, I'll show you how we continue with the rest of making our buckboard bacon. So we're at the halfway point. It's been 2 weeks since our pork shoulder has been curing in the refrigerator. So you want to take it out, rinse it really well, and then I put it in a bowl like this full of cold water and give it like a 15-minute soak. Change the water, fill it back up, and give it about another 15 minutes. Just make sure that it's rinsed really well and all the cure, all the salt is off of it. You don't want it to be really salty. So once we've done that, we can take it out of the pan. Now we want to pat it dry. You can just use a paper towel. Pat it good. I can smell all those spices. They smell great. So now we're going to slow cook the pork shoulder. You can do this in a smoker or smokehouse, you want to do it at 180 degrees, and it's going to take 2 to 3 hours. You want the internal temperature to be at 160 degrees when you pull it out of the smokehouse. Or we can do this in our kitchen oven, which is what I'm going to do because a lot of you don't have smokers or a smokehouse. The only thing is we don't have that smoke flavor, but we can give it some liquid smoke, which is what I'm doing today. I have a bottle of hickory. You get this at the market. You can get hickory, you can get mesquite. I think there's like 4 or 5 different flavors. So I'm gonna squeeze a little in this container. You don't want to overdo it, but just brush some on. If you don't like the smoke flavor, leave it out. You want to get all sides. It kind of actually turns the meat brown. As you can see, pink. Brown. I need a little bit more. In my smokehouse, I used to put a jar of water in there for 2 reasons: for moisture, and the water over time would absorb all the smoke, and I'd have liquid smoke. So now we're going to cook it. I have a roasting pan with a rack. I sprayed it so it doesn't stick. We're going to put the roast in. We need a temperature probe, and it needs to be in the middle of the pork shoulder, so hold it down here. Hold your fingers at about the middle point, and I'll go in this end. Right there is middle. Put it on your rack. Now, in the oven, preheated, 180 degrees. I'm going to set a timer on my digital probe to alert me when it's at 160. Otherwise, just keep an eye on it. So we'll cook it, and then we'll continue on with finishing up our buckboard or back bacon. Either ways, whatever you want to call it, it's the same. So we'll cook it, and then we'll continue on. So stick with me. Okay, our bacon is out of the oven. This 4-pound roast at 180 degrees in my oven took 6 hours. That's fine. We're not making a meal for the family. We're not expecting this to be done so we could have it for dinner. It's bacon. We want it to be low and slow. And it's actually looks awesome. So I'm going to quickly give it another brush of liquid smoke. You just have to be patient. You don't want to rush this at all. It's not a roast. I'm gonna give it a turn. It looks great. Smells great too. Give it a brush. I like the hickory smoke flavor, so I'll brush it up good. Get the ends. So there we have it. And you got to take a look at this. Let me show you what this looks like. Doesn't that look good? So now I'm going to put it in the freezer for half an hour, 45 minutes. I want it to stop cooking and I want it to firm up. So I'll do that, and we're close to finishing up with our bacon, so hang in there and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I know what you're thinking. The guy just broke out a meat slicer. I can't make this. Well, your grandparents didn't have a meat slicer. Just use a knife. I have one because I do this a lot. So we need to take the netting off. Meat slicers are handy to have if you're going to use them a lot. But I like to make my deli meats and several different kinds of hard cheeses, so it comes in handy for me. And these socks can be a little difficult. This is smelling really good. There we go. Now, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. And I'm going to cut it right about there. Look at that. That's going to be awesome. So I'm going to shift this over here. Pull out our slicer. And we'll start with this one. I'm not going to make you watch me slice the whole thing, but just give you an idea. Kick the power on. Okay, so I got a little pile sliced up. It looks pretty good, as you can see. I'll finish slicing this up later, but right now I'm going to show you how we finish this off. So hang with me, and I'll put this stuff away. I can slice this later, and I'll show you how we finish up. This is how we finish up. It smells great. So let me give you a quick look. So there's our bacon, nice and crispy, and it's going to end up on a BLT tonight. So there you have it, guys. It's buckboard or back bacon. I can't wait to try it. It's going to be on my BLT in here in just a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a long one, but you're making bacon. So I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you coming to my channel and checking out this and other videos, and I'll catch you next time.